Hello, this is again about Badlanders. If you want to get good at Badlanders without having to play for hours and hours, watch this tutorial to the end and maybe you'll learn a tip or two. We'll see. So first off, I'll start at the warehouse. The warehouse is where everything you get you can put in. So basically this is just storage. This is also a place where you can access your backpack while outside of a match. The only place you can access your backpack. You can put on helmets, armor, boots, and a backpack here. The higher level backpack you have, the more space you'll have. So for example, I have a level 3 helmet here. It gives full damage durability deduction ratio. Here, my tactical armor or composite tactical armor is not full. So how about the boots? The boots just give sprint speed, nothing else. The backpack is the most important thing to get. You can get it easily. If you have 3,000, go to the auction, which I'll go over. So you will store everything you have here. So store everything you have here, and then if you want, you can grab some stuff, but I suggest going into newcomer call with nothing because you can. For the level trade section, the auction section, the exchange section is where you can buy things for cheap as much as you need. This is where you can get the lower level stuff and the lowest level of items you can get. Prism is where you can get random types of boots, random types of grips, random entry helmet levels, random sights. You can get bullets, muzzle and grips, electronic chips. Those are crafting parts. I'll explain those later. And then you can also get hollow point bullet package. In arsenal, where you can get the random stuff. In private arms, where you can get these. And in rare arms, this is where you can buy very rare or expensive items. The Aegis helmet is a level 5 helmet. That is most important. So now I will go over auction. This is where you'll be spending most of your money within this game. So to begin, we'll go over. In the weapons section, you can choose rifles, SMGs, machine guns, sniper rifles, shotguns, and pistols. We'll go over the rifles first. There are rarities. So the higher and the more expensive, the higher the rarity. The background of the gun, the higher the rarity. The highest rarity is gold. If you can find that in an agent call, you cannot spend that. There are lots of gold in this section. AKM as well, and shaft, the scourge, and the DMR. Same goes for the SMGs. This is my personal best or favorite gun within the game. You can get the M249 or the MG249 as it's called here, the Persuader or the SNP. You can get the DMR 9K, a Car 98K, and then you can get the Stomp or a Barrett. Now you can get shotguns, not shotguns for sale. You can get the 1911, the P18, the Saber. If you go to a helmet, if you go to equipment, if you open this, you can get different helmets. These helmets are very good, especially the level 3 and level 4. These are the ones you'll be using the most during battle, not the level 5s. Those are precious. Now, there's not many level 1 vests for sale, but you can find level 1 vests. You can find level 2 vests, a lot of them. And the rarity goes up as much as the price goes up too. So now you can get the armor, you can get full armor or damaged armor. You can sell whatever you have here in the auction once you hit level 8. In the backpack, you can get a level 1 backpack, which gives you not a lot of space, a level 2 backpack, which gives you a medium amount of space, and then a professional backpack, which gives you all the space in your bag. There is level 1 boots, which only gives you sprint speed plus 5. Level 2 boots, which give sprint speed plus 7, and level 3 boots, which give you sprint speed plus 10. Now, you might have seen here, wait, there's a metal shin guard. Now, those are actually abilities dedicated to the item if it has a specific rarity on the item. Now, let's go over attachments. There are 5 scopes within the game. There's red dot scopes, there's hollow scopes, there's 2x scopes, there's 4x scopes, and 8x scopes. Do mind that you can put a 4x and a 8x on an assault rifle, but the recoil is very high within this game, so I suggest not doing it and sticking with a red dot or 2x scope. Now, flash hider, it only reduces muzzle flame and firearm range, and if it has a specific deep damage, it will reduce the healing effect towards the enemies. And others, if it has more abilities, you can check it on the higher rarity. The higher the rarity, the better the ability and the more abilities. Now we have the muzzle brake. This will reduce the initial scatter of the firearm. This will reduce the recoil and slightly increases the range of it. So, recoil stability and firearm range. For the suppressor, it only reduces sound spread, okay? It only reduces the sound, the spread, and the range. The choke, this will scatter stability. Now, this is only for shotguns. So, I suggest not buying the choke or picking it up during the match if you don't intend to use a shotgun. There are 3 types of magazines. The quick draw magazines, which I suggest you don't use. The extended magazines and the drum magazines. The extended magazine is very good. I suggest you use it on any gun you can. But if you can't, use the drum magazine. But make sure you have at least a few spare of these, just in case you lose the gun you have. So now let's go to the stocks. There's 2 stocks. The universal stock, which increases the scatter stability, and the accurate stock, which increases the scatter stability even more. There are two grips, a universal grip, which it improves the recoil stability, and this improved grip, which also reduces the stability of the weapon during bullet firing. And I suggest you use the improved one because it does a plus recoil control. Now these are kits. Now kits are very complicated, so I will only go over the basics. Not too complicated, but pretty complicated. So kits are used for when you see down at the bottom it says foregrip is locked, muzzle is locked, and sight is locked. If you have a kit, you can take that and put it on, and now you can use a scope on this gun. So those are basically what kits are. Consume. That is everything here. There is a full mount, so you can get everything that's blocked. There is a sight and grip, the dual rail package. You can get the sniper master package, the close quarters package. You can get the muzzle mount, just the muzzle grip mount, and then a sight mount. So now we have the bullet types. Now the bullet types, these are a little bit complicated, but if you are familiar with any other shooter game, you know that there's different bullets in the game and that some of them deal more damage than others. Here you can get bullets, the higher rarities until the highest, and these bullets are very expensive. You can see here, 350 per bullet. So this is very expensive bullets. They are very rare, very hard to find. If you can find one, you're very lucky. I suggest using at level 2. At level 8, I suggest using from level 6 and under. I suggest you use level 1 bullets. when you can upgrade to level 2 bullets is when you're level 8. You should only use level 2 bullets when you're level 8 or level 7, so that your bullets deal way more damage than others. Now, level 3 bullets after maybe your level 10, 11, 12, you should start only using these ones because you will get better results out of them. Same goes for every other bullet within this game. There are only 5 types. Now, healing. You can get bandages. These heal a good amount of health, so I suggest you buy a bunch of these. First aid kits are they're not too expensive, but they're also very important, so I suggest you buy a few from here. The regeneration agents are basically sports drinks from PUBG. The painkillers, they're like painkillers from PUBG. The anesthetic, you can read that down for a short amount of time. The cardiac will, for a short amount of time. You can get all of these for a short amount of time if you use them during a battle. Now these things can start to be very expensive. Smoke grenades. So now smoke grenades are grenades that you can toss that will produce smoke for a short amount of time. I believe you know that, but if you didn't, now you do. Stun grenades, they're useless as ever. Don't pick them up. You won't need them. Grenades. Now grenades are very useful in this game. They can help you distract an enemy from where he is. It will distract you. And if you can be sneaky within this game, you can also use smoke grenades. But I suggest not to use that to expose yourself when you're trying to go somewhere. Missile bombs are smoke generators, but the smoke screen it generates it can also damage enemies for a shortened amount of time in the smoke. So the flashbangs, you don't use them, they're just a stun grenade. Footstep decoys, they're okay, but I suggest you don't use them or buy any because they're not easy. They're very easy to find. Gunshot decoys, these are very, very useful. If you have a teammate and there's enemies nearby, you can do gunshots while you're running somewhere else so the enemies still think you're there shooting at them. Okay, so now there's helmet and armor repairs. So in a match, you can find these repairs. I'll go over the first one. Helmet repairs. Basic helmet repairs and armor repairs. Basic helmet repairs can repair level 3 armor and below. Same goes for this, for the basic repair helmet, basic repair armor. The normal repair can do level 4 and lower. And the advanced can quickly upgrade all tiers of armor, not upgrade, but repair. So that's it. Now the materials. These are very easy to find. So I will show from the ones that are easiest to the hardest ones to find. First one, bulletproof. You will get this a lot, so do not buy any. Trust me, you will regret it if you buy any. Yes, these things are very expensive, but you can find them often within a match. Now these you can find a little less often, but you can still find around the map very easily. The reinforced, they're hard to find, so I suggest you buy a little bit if you're running out. Whisker silica steel. I've never come across any of these within my 8 levels of playing the game, so I suggest you don't use them. You find one and then keep it in your storage and don't buy because they're very expensive. Glass, again, it's of course like bulletproof, so don't buy any. Tempered glass, the same. Rubber is basically the same as those. Natural resin, a little bit harder to find, but still don't buy any. You can find it easily. The chips, the same thing. Black powder is gunpowder, so you can find it a little bit easily. Smokeless gunpowder is very good, so if you need a little bit more, I suggest you start buying some. And then Amato gunpowder is top material, so you use those a lot. Biochemical is alcohol, morphine, and toxins. Don't buy these. You can find them very easily. Silica rock, saltpeter, everything here is very easy to find except titanium and memory alloy. Those you do not buy, you keep finding. Those are very important. Now I believe I've gone through everything here. Home base, the workshop, which I have not unlocked, is where you can create guns, create bullets, or change bullets into higher level bullets by combining level 2 bullets to level 3 and so on. So. And the gun bench is where you can easily mount any weapon attachments onto a weapon which you have your main weapon on the main slot. So now there are 3 types of calls: newcomer call, agent call, and expert call. Newcomer call gives low risk but offers basic resources. You do this when you're level 6 and lower. Agent call, better resources. Do it when you're level 8, level 7 and higher. Expert call, it's daily at UTC 8. If you can read that and you want to. It's daily, but it's hard to find, so I suggest you don't do it or use it. It's really easy to obtain scarce resources very easily. So if you this is your mail where you can get stuff, and I will go over insurance. Insurance is that you can insure everything you have. So if you die but your opponent doesn't pick up everything or something, maybe he picks up the armor but he doesn't pick up the gun, you'll get the gun back within 4 hours if you use the fast insurance, if you use the normal insurance. But if you use premium insurance, you can get it within 1 hour. I wouldn't use insurance because it costs a lot, but if you want to, you can. That's where you can get your insurance within the mail. Also, if you sell something, you have to be level 8 to sell something on the auction, by the way. You can sell stuff, okay? And these are actually very, very hard to get. I will list an item right now to show you. So I will list my level 3 armor. You can sell it. I will list my level 3 helmet. No, I will list my steel. So there, steel. Now that's sell. And this is also where you can get the money you get from the auction if somebody purchases your item that you're selling. If somebody purchases it, you can get it within your money. This is where you can add friends or check your friends. Team up invitation, where you can invite your friends, your history of friends that you've just played with. This is the ops menu, where you can check how much XP you need to level up, and also where you can check missions to level up. This is the store where you can buy cash points to upgrade, but those cash points are actually very, very hard to get. You cannot get them for free to play. You have to buy them, and they don't do much. So I accept getting the high equipment expert box, which I suggest you don't get, as these aren't that great. They're good, but I wouldn't buy one if you are a free-to-play player, unless you're getting a gift card for Christmas or something. Just do it. It's up to you. There's the Halloween carnival for now, so you can do these missions to get candies, and these two. So you can also go, after getting the candies, you can go to redeem, and then you can get cash, bullets, healing, weapons, and a demon backpack, which I've never got, and warehouse expansions. Those are very hard to find. If you cannot find them, you can't find them in a match. You have to find them you have to buy them within the game. So the redeem is also where you can go here. You can either go to Halloween Carnival, and then redeem. So you can go here and press cash redeem to get those, or you can redeem from here, or you can go to redeem up here under store, so you can get it, and go to Halloween too if you want. Now this is your profile, where you can check what you've done. So, I've done 52 newcomer calls, 11 agent calls, and 0 expert calls. So there's I've played 63 battles as of now of the recording and editing of this video. I have escaped 21 times, meaning my escape rate is 33%. My kill death ratio is 1.67. My total kills is 7. My highest loot is 25,768, and I'm level 8. My name is Agent T. You can send me a friend request if wanted. I will add you, but you have to make sure you do not use mic, or because I will not use my mic. Here you can check your skins, your outfits. I have a top, but I use it a lot. If you do not use the top, it will instantly give you. The top is not easy to get. And then you have this. This is your settings. You can get anything from here. And see, people bought my stuff, so I'm getting my cash from here. There you go. So once you get 30,000 cash, you can actually collect that. So 50,000 cash. Cool. So now I just need 5,000 more to level up. 2,000 more XP to level up. So I will do these missions so I can level up to level 9, because I really need the workshop. That is the complete explanation of this game for now. If there are any new things added towards the game, I will make a new version of this video, and I will post this video. And if you need anything, just ask me in the comments and I will reply. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching.